So this is one of those stories where when it happened, it was pretty serious, but years later, you can kind of laugh about it. It was back in 2000 that the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman was getting married, and he was marrying the team's publicist. It was a weekend story, and the assignment editor says, you got to go out and talk to women about this, get their reaction. Here, America's team former quarterback is getting married. He's going to be off the market. He's an eligible bachelor. He's got all this money. Go hear about how their hearts are broken. So we headed out to the West End area of Dallas, which is a big tourist area. We went by North Park Center, not North Park Mall. You from Dallas know that we have to call it North Park Center. So anyway, we went and asked women, Troy's off the market, are you crushed? And they repeated all of the things that I just mentioned. And then there'd be a big pause and there'd be a question after that. And some of you who have heard that rumor for years know what the question is. And so I looked at my photographer that day and I said, well, if everyone's saying this, maybe we ought to go to the Oak Lawn neighborhood and ask some men about this and see what they have to say. And the photographer, and wisely so, said, do you really think that that's such a great idea? Silly me, I've only been in Dallas a few years. I had no idea how sacred the Cowboys were or how sacred Troy Aikman still is and was. So we did it. And the men had an interesting reaction. They're like, Troy, if this is really what you want, great, but please be true to yourself, and comments like that. So as I said, it was a Saturday and we went to air with it at 5:00. So take a look at the story and we'll talk more on the other side.
One of Dallas's most eligible bachelors appears to be off the market. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Troy Aikman is reportedly engaged to his longtime girlfriend, former Cowboys public relations executive Rhonda Worthy. 11 News reporter Jim Walker is live at Valley Ranch tonight. Jim, this news must be breaking hearts everywhere.
Indeed, Betty, not just here, but around the country. He is good looking, he's wealthy, and he's also the leader of one of the most successful football teams in the country. Not to mention he's probably also dry right now, but that's beside the point. For now, the lucky bride-to-be and the would-be groom are not talking about their engagement, but the fans sure are.
Out of the eye, play action fake, Aikman back, looking left.
When you think of one big name on the Dallas Cowboys, most people think of Troy Aikman. And up till today, when it came to available, desirable, and wealthy men in Dallas, there was no bigger star than this 32-year-old quarterback. Women in the West End this morning said Troy is tops.
Hey, he's a fine-looking man.
What makes this guy such a hunk?
His blue eyes.
Pretty wealthy, big Dallas name, got a lot going on, gives to charity. Pretty good guy.
But now this guy is off the market. His girlfriend, 30-year-old Rhonda Worthy, is sporting an engagement ring.
She's a lucky woman. I'm jealous
Why are you jealous?
because I want him to marry me.
The woman he may marry is a full-time mother to her 9-year-old daughter now, but she used to work at Valley Ranch in the Cowboys' PR office.
It just makes sense. She's a PR woman for the Dallas Cowboys.
In the city's Oak Lawn neighborhood, there was another heartbroken, if not skeptical, group of fans, nonetheless wishing Troy all the best.
Really happy for him if that's really what he wants to do. I'd hate to see him doing something that he just thinks is the right thing, but if he's happy with the decision, more power to him.
And back here live again, the couple is not talking about their engagement, nor has any date been made public. The person who spotted the ring on Worthy's finger says that Troy was also holding some plans for a second home outside Texas. Reporting live from Valley Ranch, Jim Walker, 11 News.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Well, there's no...
So that was the story. And as you would imagine, like 10 minutes after 5:00, Jerry Jones himself was on the phone screaming expletives at our assignment editor, and then screaming at me, threatening to sue me, threatening to end me, all but threatening to kill me over this story. And so I went home that night. The producer says it's best you not stay for the 11. And then the next day I came to the station, and the lawyers for the Cowboys and the lawyers for the Gaylord Company, which then owned CBS 11, KTVT. There's a cat. I love cats. So all the lawyers met in a conference room. I was never asked to be part of it, but they reviewed the story and determined no one said the word rumor, no one said the word gay, no one said any of that. So it wasn't actionable. And so all of that fell apart and nothing became of it. I did get suspended for several days, and I had to do an apology in person to Troy Aikman, which was great because I got to meet Troy Aikman. And I remember going up to the house that night, and he was not nearly as upset as Jerry Jones was about it. He said, like, yeah. Thanks for coming by to say you're sorry. I know you didn't mean anything by it. You know, Jerry's all worked up about this. It'll pass. And that was that. He was very cool about it. I got a picture of him with him somewhere. I'll have to dig through all the archives here and find it somewhere. But it was quite a week or two in my life where everyone said, "Oh, you're the guy who went after Troy Aikman." I'm like, I did no such thing. It's, you know, what people were saying to me on the street. So I felt as a reporter, I should investigate that and talk to some guys about it as well. And so we did. Lesson learned: do not talk about the Cowboys or their quarterback or anyone on the team in Dallas.